What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Raid Shadow Legends. If you are new to the game or making maybe some mistakes like a lot of us do at the early stages of brand new games, well, I'm here to give you those 5 tips that are gonna help you guys make sure you maximize your progression because, well, if you're a little impatient like me when I start a new game, a lot of times I waste resources that you really should save. Sometimes they're super rare, other times, well, you might just be using them on the wrong hero, and today we're gonna help you guys out. Number 1, we are gonna jump right into it and talk about gems. So these little guys up the top here, they do not come very easily. There are gem shops that you can spend them all those types of things. Using them properly in the early game can be a little confusing. One thing I'll say right away, never to do, honestly, stay away from the gem shop. This gem shop is a scam most of the time. Do not use gems for shards. A lot of games out there, you immediately when you jump to the game, you just spend all your gems, all your diamonds, whatever they want to call them in the game for summons. That is not like that in Raid Shadow Legends. In Raid Shadow Legends, they give you so many things right out of the gate. It's amazing. The only one I will say you can use it on is energy, but I wouldn't do it just yet. The first thing you want to do is unlock the mine, because after a certain amount of time, you're basically just getting free gems. Now, of course, this is going to be a little bit of an investment, 500 gems to immediately unlock it, but then eventually you'll be in the net positive. So if you're like me and you're planning on playing games quite a while, this is going to be your number 1 best investment. Hold up, click the link down in the description right now to get your free annex as well as 1 epic hero as you level up. All you have to do is log out of your Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link down in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid, complete the tutorial, and go to your inbox to claim your first champion. Here we go. You'll find annex right here as well as Mausoleum Mage as soon as you hit level 15. This is an amazing account start in Raid, so make sure you guys click the link and follow the steps. Number 2 on this list, also talking about gems. Now, this one here is going to be doing with your champions. Now, of course, Kale is going to be your number 1 pick. You guys have probably already seen tons of guides out there talking about this, but Kale is going to be your go-to hero in the early game. And one thing that you can unlock are called mastery trees. These are going to be giving you some really basic and unique buffs. Some of them are very basic, like just increasing your crit damage. Other things are going to make you, in certain scenarios, deal more damage. Increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP. As you level up your hero, invest in your hero, and work your way down this tree, the abilities become more and more interesting, and down all the way down to the bottom to what I would call like an ultimate mastery right here. Has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking right out of the gate. That's awesome. Bonus damage is equal to 10% of the target's max HP or 4% of the target's max HP when dealing with bosses. Bonus damage can occur once per skill and does not count as an extra hit. So like things like that are very, very powerful. Getting this unlocked is important, and I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like here. If you want to just click down the bottom anywhere, you can see it takes a lot of scrolls, but if you click get all scrolls, it only takes 800 of these gems. Now again, that's a bit about, that's quite a bit. So it will take you quite a bit of time to get there, but doing this on your first hero, which again, I'm gonna say right out of the gate should be Kale. That is the go-to hero. That is gonna be a well worthwhile investment. After you do that on your main character, like I said, if you do want to go ahead and spend any excess diamonds on full energy to grind stuff out, to farm stuff, this is okay. This is a good strategy. But besides that, I would try to stay away from everything else when it comes to actual gems. Now, like I said, Kale is going to be your go-to in the early game. Investing gems in him, very, very important. And there's something that goes along with this, and we're going to be mainly focusing on Kale because every single tip in this top 5 pretty much can relate to this hero. So the third thing I want to talk about is get this character up to level 60 as fast as possible. Now, you might be wondering, Barry, what are these purple stars? I see red stars. Let's take it step by step really quick. So in the tavern, this is where you're going to be upgrading all of your heroes. I can show you a very good example of what Kale's going to look like in the very beginning. He's going to look like a level 1 3-star rare, just like Gallic, because as you guys know, Gallic is one of the options. I did get an extra copy. So number 1, the first task you want to do with this character. So essentially what you need to do, number 1, level them up all the way up. As you go up in stars, that increases the level cap of your character by 10. So you can see right out out of the gate. 3-star can only go up to level 30. So essentially what you need to do is you need to do that, and then you need to upgrade rank. So once you get him up to level 30, you can then feed off a couple heroes to get them upgraded to the next rank. That makes him a 4-star. You then level him back up to 40. You're going to repeat this process a few times. Upgrade the rank, feed off 4 stars, upgrade the level, all the way until you get a character up to level 60. Pretty straightforward. You just need to feed heroes, get experience on the heroes. That is it. Of course, the pink stars, that has to do with ascending the hero. That's a completely different topic, but getting the upgrade levels and the upgrade ranks is very, very important. It's something that is very powerful to do. And actually, you see right here, I have my Gaelic already up to 5-star with some ascensions and stuff like that, if you guys want to see. And then you see right here, this is the one thing I was talking about, taking them to level 60. The only way you can continue leveling up this champion is been by feeding off some more 5-star food fodder heroes, which we don't currently have right now. But doing it for your first hero, not that bad, because a lot of the times I'll show you guys with like a 4-star hero. Nope, not a 4-star hero. I'll show you with a 3-star hero. You'll get a lot of these like chickens that can be used as food heroes that can be slotted in. That way you're not destroying champions that you summon for or you might want to use. You can use these instead. Very simple, very straightforward. And in the process of working on getting a 6-star Kale level 60, that's going to be like your main carry on your account, we need to talk about skills. So one thing that you can do in this game is upgrade skills with these skill tomes. This allows you to upgrade skills becoming more powerful. You see here we have ours maxed out because that's a smart thing to do to get his abilities as strong as possible. Now, how do you do this? Well, I'll show you guys on another character that's a little easier. You know what? Gaelic would be a perfect example here. I've already got it maxed out as well. That's because you get a ton of rare skill tomes grinding through the game. Any of these blue border heroes that are considered rare are a little easier to deal with. However, if we're talking about once we get up to epics and above, that's where you need epic skill tomes. You can see I got one right here. Once you get to legendaries, you need to use legendary skill tomes. Now, we don't have any mythical heroes, but there's even a tier above that. But something to note, and you might have noticed here, if I go down to one of these champions and I go to upgrade their skills, you can use duplicates of the copy, of course, or you can use the higher tier books as well. So let's just take a look at a low tier hero here. Technically, we could feed off these epic tomes. Do not do that. Tomes are very hard to come by, especially when you get to epic, and even more so when you get to legendary. Yes, you can use epic, legendary, mythical on rare heroes. Never do that. Even in the situation like with legendaries, I would never use a mythical skill tome because those are extremely rare. So just one of those other big tips while you're building your characters and everything, you get your Kale up to 60. Do not use these skill tomes on heroes of lower quality. Just wait. And especially with Kale, you're gonna have so many of these rare skill tomes, you're not gonna have an issue whatsoever. And then that brings me to the last part here. Gearing up your first character too is going to be a very specific thing. Number one, of course, there's tons of different sets in the game. You want to go for a lifesteal set right out of the gate. 4 set, meaning you need 4 of these pieces equipped, is going to heal this character by 30% of all damage that they deal. He's got AoE abilities, he's got tons of things. It's the way you survive before you have some really solid support heroes, you know, like your Rector Drath, like your Mausoleum Mage, I mean, even Uugo. All these heroes are support. Even Geomancer works as a pretty good supporter. You want to be gearing for that, and most importantly, on your boots, you want to make sure you're equipping boots with speed. So I'll kind of show you guys an example here. I'll open up this right here. Boots can have all different stats. They can have defense percent, attack percent, which you might think is the best stat to go for an offensive hero, attack flat rate, defense flat rate, and then you of course have speed. Speed is key. You want to go as fast as possible because going first in this game is extremely important. Beyond that, not only going for the main stat boot speed, you want to go for speed secondary. Granted, if you have a main stat on a piece of gear, you can't also get it as a subsequent thing, but you can get speed on other pieces of gear like we have here. So our chest plate has speed, our gauntlets have speed, I think even our helmet has a little speed, and even our weapon. So getting yourself as fast as possible with gear is important. important. And then of course, matching some sort of two-piece with it is gonna give you the best benefit. Again, speed is key, go for speed, and that is super important. So let me know what you guys think. We'll be doing an entire starter series now that we have a much better handle on the game, and explain it to you guys so that you don't make those same mistakes that I did as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you guys have anything to add to this too. That's always awesome starting a conversation. I'll see you guys next time.